Alright guys, the market is closed and we are doing today's recap from this morning's live day trading session. Again, if you're new here, we go live every morning at market open with our LTE team. That's our Learn to Earn team, and it is 100% free when you join the Discord. It won't be free for long, so make sure you join now. It's also a lifetime access, so take advantage while you can. Um, Today was a little odd, right? We were looking at LUNR, and this made some really nice moves. Unfortunately, we didn't trade it because our attention was somewhere else, and we're going to talk about it. Do me a favor, smash that like button if you haven't already. Now, this went from 21 to 22.50. It was over 5% on that first initial push by simply identifying support levels here. Pushing up to resistance levels from the previous day, we were able to establish a trade plan to get in low and sell high. Now, for all of our traders who are able to take this advantage of this, we're able to lock in profits here. Now, when it sold off, it touched that moving average again and was able to push up from 21 to 22.55. That was a 6% profit for $1.30. Now, we had watched this company for a couple of days and we ended up not trading it. This was the ideal company we should have been looking today together as a team. Okay, this was our deal setup. Not only we got in once and twice, but it even made new highs for people who like to hold just a little bit longer. Now, we did call this company out a couple of days ago. We traded it on Tuesday, and here we are sitting on Thursday, and our move actually played out. You see that? We traded it on the 28th, and it played out the way we wanted today. So trades do play out sometimes. They just take a little longer. Now, moving on, we're going to go to AOMD. This was a momentum stock. I thought we could go in and do some momentum trading this morning. Be a great way to showcase some quick wins for our new Discord members and new subscribers. We are growing rapidly. Today we got over 50 new Discord members and over 100 new subscribers in a single day, and still growing. There's another person that just joined the Discord now, so we are rapidly growing, guys. Get in while it is free, okay? First link in the description below. Now, we've seen this flat line, right? We bought 10 shares at 309 just to get started, and I ended up selling them at 286 right after it dipped this area. Now what I should have did was load up down at this level here at $3, 285, right when you see this bounce off of the moving average, right? That played out very nicely. Once it hit that bounce, confirmed validation of support, and buyers stepped in. A lot of volume on this open candle. MACD went from red to open, this nice big green open, and RSI went from oversold to overbought very quickly. In a matter of 4 minutes, it went up 87% at the open, or $2.50 per share. So buying 100 shares at 283, which would be about $283, which honestly would only have been about 10% of our position size, could have gone up that much, right? Making $2 per share, about $200 in about 4 minutes. Now, I did buy the pullback. I noticed that it did consolidate a little bit here, and it did have this nice big green candle. I bought 10 at $5, 50 at $4.96, and another 40 at $4.91. And I noticed that it was still coming down. It broke that VWAP area here as support, and so I sold at $4.42. That really should have been it. That should have been the end of my day. I should have walked away with that trade and not have traded it any longer. But I noticed it pushed up above the VWAP. It was a nice little fake out. This red candle here was actually green. I bought 100 at 461 and 50 at 455, hoping that I'd get that nice little retracement from this area here, as you can see, push back up and get a retest, right? That didn't happen, okay? Now, what I did do was I did buy when it did find support, previous support at $3.70, and that previous support was established from that pre-market high, okay? The high, which was a resistance pre-market right here, pre-market resistance, was actually, once it broke later on, was a very clean support level. So we did hold this for the majority of the day. I did keep everyone updated in the Discord. After our live streams end every morning, I will go over to the Discord and give you guys my live updates, if I'm going to be adding to the position, if I'm going to be selling the position, averaging up, averaging down, etc. Okay, and we can showcase that to you right now. It's always good to show proof exactly what we got going on here. All right, so right here, tons of members. We have 35 members right now in the Discord actively, and over 350, closer to 400 members now, all hanging out. These are all new members from today, January 30th, 2025. Look at that, ton of new members. The point is, trade ideas here. You can check my trade ideas all since this morning. I said starting the day with pre-market MOMO stock, STAI, at 7:09 a.m. So you can get live updates like this every single morning. And then I talk about it hitting VWAP, holding support at MACD, testing VWAP, holding support, adding to my position at 167. And then I talk about still holding at support levels. And then later on talk about selling my position. And now after this recap, I'll go in and I'll put my updates of my actual profits and losses. So you can definitely check that out when you join the Discord. First link below, 100% free, lifetime access. So did a really good job here. Again, just I bought a few more shares up at these levels. I sold right to cut that loss, not only once but twice. Should have been a good indication to get out. Got in again, about 30 shares here, about the 380s level. I noticed it was holding support about 350s, 370s. And I was like, okay, pretty nice, solid area to hold support. Did not lock in profits at 469. That's actually right where it peaked. And then it actually had this downward trend line. Now, I was hoping for it to bounce, okay? And if all this looks a little confusing to you, I do have videos explaining all these indicators and moving averages, lines, etc. in our Learn to Earn lesson library. Again, 100% free. Check it out. It is in our YouTube playlist. Okay, so it held support for a while. So I thought that, you know, this trade would still be validated once it had this little breakout here, kind of this wedge. You see this wedge pattern kind of forming. We could even kind of go something like this. Wedge pattern forming. We didn't get that break above like we wanted to. It was actually a slight kind of like a bull trap here. It went up and then came right back down, and then it really sold off after it broke that support. And so I actually sold my position at 357. I let the Discord group know, our LTE team know, that I was selling, and good thing I did, because 4 minutes later, it took a nosedive and has been selling off ever since. So not the best trade today. I know we could have done a lot better cutting our risk sooner. Still though, it did validate with the support, and we sold that support. 354 was support. We sold at 357, so you can't beat that. Again, could have went up, and we could have made actually closer to 50% profit. Could have made a nice chunk of change. So that was on that trade. This is the amount I lost right there for all of you who can see. And so, you know, not the best, but not the worst. I feel like we still managed our risk very well. Okay, so last but not least, STAI pushed up very nicely again on the charts. Should have got up just a little sooner. Bought it at the 150s, sold at the 219s. Now this was a trade that we did make some profits on right off the bat, buying 10 shares at 187, buying 50 at 194, buying another 50 at 202, and then it pulled back slightly. I should actually bought a little more at the 180s. I didn't, but I did wait for it to push up to 207, sold 50 shares and locked in. I think it was around like $10 or $15, something like that. I bought again 40 shares at $2.01 because it did showcase that it was holding above 2. Sold at 212 for another, I think it was like, 50 shares, like $5 or $6. So we're actually up on this, and this was the first trades I took of the day. Bought again at 209 for another break above, and it actually came down to 196, 197. Sold and got out of that position, and then ended up getting back in at 192 and 194, buying again at $2 for a nice break above back to those 223 levels is what I was hoping for here, right around that level. Nice little breakout style. Didn't happen. Actually, should have took my losses probably around once it broke this 190 area here, 190 support. I can even draw it out so you guys can get a clearer view of it. Like right in that area, that was the support pre-market. Understanding that that was support would have been the area I should have sold out of my position completely and got out. I actually took another 100 shares at 171 because I noticed it was holding above that 200-day moving average, hoping for a nice little push back above. Again, trying to validate that trade plan, a nice reversal setup on this, and did not happen. Came down to 140 support, which why wouldn't it, right? It's been a 140 support in the past and previous days. So it came down to that support, and bought a couple more shares on this little breakout. Nothing happened. Went up to 150. I thought for sure something would happen at 150. I waited a few more minutes for that breakout. Nothing happened, and sold all of my shares, as you can see, at 143. Now, what was weird about this, I tried selling at around 145, 147, and there was a little message that kept popping up saying I couldn't sell, something about liquidity, something about something else. And I was like, that's odd. So then I just started offsetting them. I did 100 first, and then I did 5 when I finally realized it worked. Did another 100, and then did 71 shares. Good thing it was all for the same share price at 143, and good thing I did because then it dropped all the way down. After it broke that support, dropped down to 131, 133. So for everyone who wants to see, that's how much I lost today. And so, I mean, it was a significant amount today, guys. We lost a significant amount of our position, and it's because we were trying to play, I believe, a momentum stock pre-market after the market already opened. Okay, the last couple days we've seen some moves like this where it pushes up, it flatlines, and it really pushes up during the opening, and then it just kind of flatlines and kind of fades away the rest of the day. This was not the case for this company at all. It actually went up, had that double top, right? It went up, had the reversal, double top. So there was one opportunity, a second opportunity. We missed both. Kind of traded in that second opportunity a little bit. We traded in that area, so that was really good. And then we thought there'd be another bounce, and there wasn't. So by understanding that pre-market momentum stocks literally are pre-market and maybe the first 10, maybe 5-10 minutes after the open bell, right? And then that's it, right? Especially when you start seeing this curl over on the MACD the way it did, it lost its validation very early on. And and as a result, we lost a few dollars, and we lost time, and we lost other opportunities elsewhere where we could have traded LU and R very nicely. Even if we would have missed on our entries a little bit, we could have still been, very profitable at the end. So I love doing these recaps. That's the whole point here, is to be transparent, make sure I show you my wins, my losses, and talk about it so that way you can understand from and hopefully learn and grow from my successes and from my mistakes, and hopefully I could be a catalyst to your success. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate your time. Like always, remember to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and join that free Discord. 100% free lifetime access, and you can get in right now by just clicking a few buttons. All right, check it out, and I'll see you guys all over there. If you want to reach out to me, message me in the Discord. Thank you, and have a great day, guys. And remember, let's end the year on a great note.